welcome to Fab Friday here on the Spiegel Mom Scraps YouTube channel. I have here a cut file. So this is just a heart file from the Silhouette Design store, nothing special, but we are going to make it special. I'm going to start by masking off half of each of the hearts on my cut file. I am going to make some Dazzler dipped hearts, and yes, I named them myself. So you know how you have letters and you have different embellishments right now that look like they're dipped? And so I thought it'd be really cool to try to create some of those for my layout today. We are still doing some sketch collaboration with Let's Get Sketchy. So you saw the sketch that I'm going to work with at the beginning of this video, and we will continue all month long for the month of November with those sketches. So next week for Fab Friday, or rather Frosty Friday, because starting next week we're going to change up the name of our Friday video series, and I'm going to have some lovely Frosty inspired layouts for you, some snowy and wintry things. So we will still be using a sketch from Let's Get Sketchy next week too as well. So I have just here I have just chosen different types of washi. I currently don't have a washi tape that I don't like, so I didn't want to use too much of one roll of washi, so I chose a couple of different rolls of washi to mask off a little more than half of each of those hearts. And now I am going to just be messy. So I'm taking my finger and I'm just smearing some Dazzlers over the other half of those hearts. I've chosen Tutti Frutti Barely Blue and foiled again. So there's the Tutti Frutti, here is the Barely Blue, and then I'm also going to use the silver one as well, which is called Foiled Again. And I am just smearing on the Dazzlers. I want it to look kind of whipped up, or I don't know how, like I want nice little swirls and cracks and edges and different things. So that was why I decided to go with just my finger, because then I could make it, I had a little more control over how thick or how thin it was. And I just have a little baby wipe off to the side to wipe my finger off in between different colors. And I'm just going to go ahead and continue down until I have all of these lovely hearts covered. Now, before this dries, you have to be quick and you have to get all the washi tape off. And I know this from previous experience with covering die cuts with the Dazzlers. So I'm going to pull all the washi tape off before everything dries, and then I'm going to pull the the cardstock off the mat. And this will give us our lovely hearts. But first, we need some splatters. So I pull out my cotton candy spritz, and you'll notice here that I broke the nozzle on my cotton candy spritz. So it's a good thing that I don't really spray my shimmers very often, but instead tend to splatter them because I broke the nozzle. Anyway, so I'm just giving these just a splattering of the cotton candy spritz, and now I'm going to pull the white cardstock away from the hearts. And then I'm going to go ahead and just lay my whole silhouette mat with the hearts on top off to dry. So Dazzlers do take a really long time to dry. So what I did was I just set them off to the side, and then I came back and went back to work on my layout and some of the other parts of it. And you can see they turned out fabulous. I love how these hearts turned out. I think that they turned out they're so pretty and cute. So this is the photo I decided to use today. I just wanted, it's been kind of a rough week. It's been a very rough week, and I wanted something happy and fun. I wanted to play with this gorgeous picture of some of my family and just get out some of my very favorite papers and some of my very favorite Spiegel Mom Scraps products. So I'm going and flipping through both the Gather and the Bloom 6x6 paper pads by Maggie Holmes, and I'm pulling out anything that is incredibly soft and very light tones of pink and blue, but very soft light colors. And this whole layout is going to have an incredibly kind of soft light feel to it, very pastel colors and just very pretty colors. So I'm going to mat I'm going to layer up some of these papers behind my photo, and then also, if you saw in the sketch at the beginning, there are some paper strips behind the photo as well, and I'm going to go ahead and layer up paper strips behind the photo and also around my photo, and you can see that there. I did vary away from the sketch a little bit when I did my layout, because I got to a point where I was just enjoying myself and I knew the basic design elements on the sketch, and so I made some decisions and moved some stuff around to better suit the way that I scrapbook, the style I scrapbook, and also the look I was going for, this nice soft light look that I was going for. So here I just have gone ahead and layered up a couple more strips from my 6x6 pads, and this is all of the paper I'm going to use, and now I'm going to go ahead and work on my title. These puffy letter stickers are from Studio Calico. I think they're from 7 Paper, actually, and they came in a Felicity Jane kit in January. And I still had a lot of them left. I love them, but I think they just kind of got lost in my stash, and so when I was kind of looking through things to decide what I wanted to use, I came across them, and I knew that they would be perfect because I really wanted a white-on-white title. So you can see my title because it is, you know, puffed out, but it's white on white. So I'm just going to finish my title here, and then I start to embellish, but I need my hearts to be done so I can really make the embellishment clusters the way I want. So I just set them there to dry, and I waited for the next morning. So good night, and here we are the next morning. And so what I did here was I inked all those hearts with Hickory Smoke Gray Distress ink, and then I put some Fun Foam behind them to give them just a little bit of lift. I chose to put 4 of them around my layout, and then I'm going to use these 4 hearts as anchors to kind of anchor the rest of these small embellishments. So these are the largest embellishments I'm going to put on my layout, and then I'm going to sprinkle some more embellishments from the Spiegel Mom Scrap Shop into these clusters. And so that's why I really needed those hearts to dry, and I needed to find the placement for the hearts that I wanted before I went through with all these little ones. So we have cork butterflies and cork hearts from the Spiegel Mom Scrap Shop, and we also have some lovely felt hearts. And actually the felt hearts are going to be the most colorful thing on this page. The felt hearts and the one of the sequins I chose. So I went with this Passion Flower sequin mix as well. You can see it off in the left corner, but I'm not going to use all of the sequin mix. I'm just going to use the blue flowers and the white sequins out of the collection. So this is, I'm just going to each cluster and making sure that each one of these little embellishments that I want to use on my layout is anchored to one of those big hearts so that you can kind of follow the hearts all the way around the layout, and it will draw your eye to all of the important parts across the photo and over down towards the title. So this is where I'm placing this sequin. So I just used the white on white again, the white sequins on the white paper. And then I'm going to come in with little, some of those little blue hearts, or blue flowers. I wasn't going to initially, but when they were sitting there on the paper like that, I just said I really liked that little shot of blue as well. And that will complete the layout for today. I hope you enjoyed this layout. I hope you'll play along with Let's Get Sketchy this weekend, and I will see you again next week. Bye!